You doing, my friend?
I'm really good, brother. How are you?
Man, listen, I can't complain. Life is going good. And you know what? Life can't get better for Martin Necas. Hey, what's up, DC? Appreciate you popping in, my friend. Martin Necas signs an 8-year deal worth 11.5 AAV. That man just got paid. And I'll ask the Leafs fan here on the panel, what do you think of
The
that
Leafs
deal?
fan.
I'm sorry,
Wow,
The Avalanche fan on this panel. Sorry, I did not
man,
mean to
that's
disparage you that way.
dude. That's the meanest thing you've ever said to me.
I know, and I've said some pretty mean things. But
Yeah,
what do you think of this deal?
I like it. After that snipe, what was that last week against? What I say?
Mm-hmm.
Sign that man.
No, you did. You did. That was a nasty snipe.
Yeah, it's a good deal for us. It's going to make the Kale deal a little more interesting. Guess they're hedging their bets that the cap's going to go up, and yeah, I was overjoyed. I was actually running errands when I first heard it, and I was just like, "What?"
the The interesting part of this deal, and they put this in the article for the contract on Sportsnet. When the contract kicks in, starting in 2026 to 27, Natchez will count 11.5 million against the cap annually. That is $500,000 less than Mikko Rantanen. Now that is, I think, going to be the storyline to me when it comes to this deal,
Oh
because
yeah,
Rantanen's gone. He gets dealt, sent to the Shadow Realm, and then he goes to Dallas eventually. And to me, when I look at it, you bring in Natchez. We were just having this conversation. You asked, what did you ask me? I'll let you talk.
I thank you. At this point, who would you rather have? McKinnon, or I mean not McKinnon, but Rantanen with his $12 million contract, or Natchez with his $11.5 million deal?
Hmm. For me, it's I love Natchez' game, and I thought there was always more there in Carolina, and then that last year there in Carolina, he was like taking off finally. I would say because of the speed and ability, there's a lot of interest there, but I still have a lot of respect for what Rantanen is and brings forth as a player. So if I'm
Hmm.
just comparing as players individually, I still would give the edge to Rantanen because he's provided a lot more offensively over throughout his career and still is going to be probably around a 100-point player himself. But it's not like it's a massive downgrade in Natchez. If anything,
No,
at his age of 26, he can just keep extending and maybe makes it look like, hey, maybe the Avalanche picked the better player in the long run. But one thing you said, and I'll ask you this: you're the one who said, who would you prefer, a McKinnon and Rantanen pairing or a McKinnon and Natchez? I kind of go with the guys that won the cup, excuse me. So I'll always kind of go with Rantanen and McKinnon until I see Natchez win one with McKinnon. But what are your thoughts?
I like. I think Natchez is a better fit for McKinnon due to the speed, the burst, the ability to shoot the puck.
Hmm.
Granted, a much smaller sample size than Natty Mac and Miko.
Right,
I mean, they were great together, but from what
one
little
hundred
I've
percent.
seen, poof da, poof da.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
if I'm a goalie and I see those two barreling down on me with only one defenseman in front of me, I'm not enthused about my position at that moment.
I saw it firsthand, like when you beat my Bruins the first game of like the first matchup of the season, like a redheaded stepchild, and how fast you guys were. And the one thing that
Yeah,
I have noticed watching the Avalanche is because of that speed that they have in that lineup. The second period, why I think they're outscoring teams heavily, is because they're just so fast, and even if it's a long change, they can get to the bench quickly change out.
yeah.
It becomes a long slog against a team like the Avalanche that are just so fast out there. I mean, I think with a guy like Natchez and McKinnon, if the Avalanche can just play a solid 200-foot game, Landeskog can keep contributing. They're a tough team to play, especially with now. I mean, Wedgwood's done well for them, but once Blackwood comes back, that's a scary team.
It
That's a
is.
very scary team.
It is. And then we'll get Logan O'Connor back here in a couple, 3 weeks.
Hmm.
And that just adds to the bottom end. I went to the game Tuesday night when they played the Devils, and that first period and a half, until the
Hmm.
Devils made that pretty frightening comeback. their speed, and they were getting secondary scoring. And if they could get secondary scoring, that's bad for everybody else.
100%, and that's one of my only question marks when it comes to the Avalanche is can they get enough secondary scoring when they make it into the playoffs? I think you can easily make the playoffs with the team you have on the ice, but it comes into those bigger moments when
Mm-hmm.
people start keying on McKinnon and Necas. Can you have other guys step up? That's going to be extremely important. It
Yeah.
really will be important to the success of their of how deep they go. But I've liked some of the additions, and who knows? Maybe they can make a minor move here to get another player in here. Just maybe bring Charlie Coyle, your favorite player, back. For
Shut
a
up.
second go round.
Shut up. Wait, are we past the 2 minutes so I can drop the C word for Charlie?
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. It's fastest.
Fucking cunt Coyle.
Yeah.
I fucking hate him.